Hey guys, it's me Kate again. So this video will be my March wrap-up. Quick disclaimer, I'm pre-filming this, so some of these books I'm still in the middle of, but I'm planning to be done with them prior to the end of the month. Also, this won't be in any particular order other than some books. First I'll be talking about all my physical reads, and then I'll go into the audiobooks and ebooks. Just because if I did it other way, we would be here for who knows how long. So my first read of the month was Amari and the Night Brother by B.B. Austin. And then this one we're following Amari, whose brother is missing for 6 months. And one day, while going through his closet, she finds this briefcase with an invitation to for her to be part of Bureau of Supranational Affairs. So she takes a chance to go there to see if they know what happened to her brother, and stuff goes from there. Then my second read of the month was Amari and the Great Game by B.B. Watson. Mind you, these first couple of books I literally read in the first week, so that's why I know which one I read which. So this sequel to Amari and the Night Brothers. And then we have the third, I believe still the latest book in the series, and that's Amari and Despicable Wonders, also by B.B. Austin. Now here is when I'm not sure about next two books, which one I read first. And first of them is 1,000 Nights by E.K. Johnston. So in this one we're following our main character who decides to take her sister's place to marry this king, because all of the king's previous wives died, and he cannot marry the girl from certain place until he marries a girl from every place in the kingdom. And so to save her sister, our main character dresses in her clothes and takes her jewelry so she can become king's bride, and she survives by telling him stories, and this is the 1001 Nights retelling. Then we have Gemina by Amy Kaufman and J. Christoph. So this second book in the Illuminate Files series, in which are following characters connected to Space Colony Karen Zafora, which was destroyed by Eel Space Corporation. And in this one we're following two characters who live on the space station where the characters from the first book were supposed to come to. And so it goes from there. Mind you, all of these books so far were 5 to 5 stars, and all but one, and that's Amari and the Despicable Wonders, were rereads. And actually, most of these months' reads were rereads, because I participated in both Spring-into-reading-athon and Realmathon. I'll leave both the announcement videos down below. Then we have 3 books also in the same series. First of which is Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, in which we're following Simon, who's the worst chosen one ever to be chosen. Half of the time his magic fails, and the other half of the time he cannot even do any magic. And stuff goes from there. and we're following him in his final year in school. This was also reread, it got 5 to 5 stars. I also reread its sequel, Wayward Son, also by Rainbow Rowell, also 5 out of 5 stars. They also reread the third and final book in the series, and that's anyway, The Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. It was 5 to 5 stars. And I cannot believe that I first read these books so long ago. And then we have another reread, and that's Lore of the Wells by Annalise Brana, in which I'm following Lore, who is one of the humans on this fey planet. And years and years ago, Lore's people were transported onto this planet. They just want to go back home, and one day Fae come and they figure out Lore can read their language, so they take her to their palace, where she has to go to this enchanted library, which doesn't let anyone come in it, and report to the higher up Fae on what she found in the library. Stuff goes from there. Then we have a bigger stack of books. This was a smaller stack because I generally knew in which order that I read these in, but for the bigger stack I'm not entirely sure, other than the last 4 that I read them for in that specific order. So, and you'll see when I get to the final 4 what I'm talking about. And by the way, the next session of other physical books are all rereads. First we have The Way of Kings by Ben Sanderson, which is basically this UK edition where book is split in 2. In this one I'm following this first in the Stormlight Archive, and I'm following the war between the Aleti and the Parshenti, which started when Parshenti killed the Aleti king, and stuff goes from there. It got 5 to 5 stars. Then I also read its sequel, The Words of Radiance by Ben Sanderson, also this edition, which is split in 2. Okay, it didn't end up on the floor, but it still might. Then we have The Final Empire by Ben Sanderson, which is first book in the Mistborn series, in which I'm following the world where the Dark Lord is in power, won and is in power, and we're following a group of characters who want to overthrow the Dark Lord, and stuff goes from there. And basically in this world, people can inject metals, and depending on which metal you ingest, you can either push that metal or pull that metal, and Mistborns are people who can ingest all the metals. And I also reread The Veil of Ascension by Ben Sanderson, which is equal to the Final Empire, and both of them got 5 to 5 stars. The reason why I'm bringing multiple books here is so I don't have to reach over the other books to get them. Then I reread The Extraordinaries by T.J. Klune, in which I'm following Nick, who is obsessed with extraordinaries and wants to become one, and he's even in love with one of them, but turns out that not every extraordinary is as they seem. It got 5 out of 5 stars. Then I reread Felix Ever After by Ben Sanderson by Kenson Calendar, in which are following Felix Love, who is black, queer, and transgender and becomes the victim of transphobic bullying in school. It also got 5 out of 5 stars. Then we got Inkheart by Cornelia Funk, in which we're following Maggie, whose father can can bring stories to life, and her mother vanished in one of those stories. So that goes from there. There, when her father, when the stranger comes, and Mo is forced to reveal his secret. Oh. Then we have Assassin's Apprentice by Bowen Hope, which is first book in the first year trilogy, in which we're following Fitz, who is at the age of 6, is left on the doorstep of the keep for his father, the crown prince, to raise him. But when his father hears that his bastard son is coming, he abdicates the throne and goes to live in the countryside, which leaves Fitz in this really weird situation where he is mostly raised by the stable Master Burke, up until the day when his grandfather, the king, comes and decides he would be great royal assassin because he's both royal, so he can go to royal events, but also commoner, which means that even if he goes to royal events, not everybody will pay attention to him. And it also got 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, we're up to last 5 physical books. First of them is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley, in which we're following Victor von Frankenstein, who makes a monster out of dead people's body parts. And stuff goes from there. At this point, I need to explain what this is about, and it also got 3 out of 5 stars. Then the next 4 books were all rereads, and they are all part of the same series, and all of them got 5 out of 5 stars. Except for the first one, which got 4 out of 5 stars, and that's Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. And this series of Amari, who is a red, and in this world does not have powers and Silver is do, but while they were working, Amari finds out she does have powers, which leads her into a political plotline. And I also reread Glass Sword, which is 2nd book in the series, King's Cage, which is 3rd book in the series, and War Storm, which is the last book in that series. So we're done with physical books. Now we are going into the audiobooks and ebooks, which I either read or listened to in the middle of these ones. So, and I also forgot 12 physical books. But those are all Death Note volumes 1 through 12 by Tsukugo Okuba and Takeshi Obata, in which are following Light, who one day while going home from school stumbles upon this notebook where if you write down the person's name in it, they die. And stuff goes from there. They all got 5 to 5 stars. And I also forgot 2 more physical books. The reason why I didn't bring Death Note is just it's been to get them out of the shelf their own, so yeah. Yeah, I chose the lesser of 2 evils. And I also forgot to get Ensnered, I believe, and Unhinged by A.G. Howard, which are 2nd and 3rd book in Splintered series, in which are following Alisa, who is this world is a descendant of the woman who inspired Alice in the Wonderland, but the catch is the women of her family actually do go to the Wonderland, and so goes from there. Also, all of those got 5 to 5. Both those got 5 to 5 stars. Now we finally can get to all the ebooks and audiobooks, I believe. The first audiobook that I listened to is The Serpent and the Wings of Night by Carissa Broadbent, which is a fantasy where in the world where there's vampires, but they have wings. And our main character is a human who was adopted by one of the vampires, and stuff goes from there. Because she, to be rightful heir, she has to win this competition it got 3 out of 5 stars. It was enjoyable, but it wasn't the most interesting thing that I ever read. Then we have Sky's Shadow by Lisa Casey, which is a novella in the Simply Crafty series, and in this one we're following Sky, who is one of the side characters in the main series, and her struggles as being a trans woman. It got 5 out of 5 stars from me. Oh, fuck. I forgot some other physical books. Mostly because they are also a pain to get out of the shelves, so... We have Half Bed by Sally Green, which is first book in Half Bed trilogy, in which are following Nathan, who is kept in a cage because he's half white witch and half black witch, and he because of who his father is, people think he's dangerous, so he's kept in a cage, but he has to escape prior to his 70th birthday, or he might die if he doesn't have blood and 3 gifts from his blood relative. So he wants to find either his grandmother, who he lived with prior to going into cage, or his biological father, who he never met because his father is perceived as dangerous. Then we have Dnevnik Pauline P, Drugi Dnevnik Pauline P, Gorski Dnevnik Pauline P, Morski Dnevnik Pauline P, Skijaški Dnevnik Pauline P, and Priče plaže Pauline P, all by Sanja Polak. And all of those and Half Bed all got 5 out of 5 stars. And Pauline, in all of those Pauline P books, we are following Pauline P, who tells us her life story in a diary format, all except from Priče's plaže Pauline P, where she writes her diary entries in the form of short stories of what happened to her. Then we have 2 audiobooks, which I do have physical copies of, but I forgot them, and that's One Dark Window and the 2 Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gilling, in which are following this world where this sickness ravaged the world, where if you caught it, you either died or got powers if you survived. But our main character survived and didn't get powers. All she got from the sickness is monster in her head. And one day, while being in the woods behind her uncle's cows, she stumbles into hibernating men who are trying to get these magical opponents cards, which are basically kind of tarot cards, but each specific card gets their master specific power. Both of those got 5 out of 5 stars. And I just noticed I have one other physical book that I forgot about, and that's because it's so short I forgot I even read it, and that's Tales of Beetle the Bard by you know who, and it got 5 out of 5 stars. And then we go to last 2 ebooks that I read, which I have to say aren't the last 2 books that I read this month. It's just last 2 ebooks that I did so. And those are Fans Disarmed by Saris Bannon, and Fans Volume 6 Redemption by C.S. Packen and Joanna Man. Both of those are 5 out of 5 stars. So Fans Disarmed is one of the novelizations in Fans comic book universe, and in this we're forming the team from fencing team from a high school called King's Row, and you're following mostly 6-ish characters. We're following Harvard, who is a team captain, Aiden, who's Harvard's best friend, Eugene, who is one of the reserves on the team, Bobby and Dante, who aren't on the team but they're close with members of the team. And then the last two characters who we are following are Nicholas and Seiji. Seiji being the child, being the fencing protege, and Nicholas being his annoying roommate. And basically we also follow them in both the main comic book series and the novelization, and that's why I talked about it together. So yeah, this is it for this video. If you like, please like, share and subscribe. I'm looking at my social media, my email and some other stuff, and I'll see you next one.